welcome to the kitchen. Today we're going to make some Pride-themed multicolored soup dumplings. Are you ready? All you need is some simple ingredients for your wrappers. We need some all-purpose flour or bread flour, and you need some red puree, which is beets that we're using today. And the orange is some cayenne pepper, so we're gonna make it a little bit spicy. But if you can't do spice, you can use carrot powder. This is turmeric powder for the yellow. Green, I'm using green tea powder, but you can substitute with spinach if you want. Half butterfly pea flowers and half black goji berries for the blue. Pour some warm water through a blender. It's gonna look more blue. And then just pick a color to start off with. So I am going to choose my green. And then you can move on and start doing other colors. So after you make all the different colored balls of dough, you want to do is to make the soup for the soup dumpling. 1 cup of water here. And for vegan soup dumplings, we're going to use some Agar-Agar powder. So I have 1 tablespoon of Agar-Agar powder, which is made from seaweed. And then I also have 1 tablespoon of Nutritional yeast, which gives it the flavor that I want. You can also use mushroom stock. And I have half a teaspoon of salt, okay? This goes on to boil, and you wanna whisk, make sure you get that all dissolved. Once the water boils, you can pour it in a ramekin or a bowl and put it in the freezer for about 20 minutes. I'm gonna pour the soup that has the dissolved agar-agar into a bowl, and this is gonna go into the freezer. We need to marinate our meat. So we're doing a plant-based soup dumpling day, so everything is vegan, and you can go ahead and get your favorite vegan meat substitute. And what you wanna do to season it is add a teaspoon of sesame oil and 1 teaspoon of salt, a little bit of white pepper, goes. And one important thing is Chinese cooking wine. That's about 1 tablespoon. You just do 1 capful of Chinese cooking wine, mixing spoon, or just use your hands, okay? Okay, so let this marinate for about 20 minutes, which is gonna be the same time when your agar-agar sets in the freezer, and we can start wrapping some soup dumplings. So after you make all the different colored balls of dough, you can now start rolling them into wrappers. You want to roll this green into a sausage, and then you want to get a knife and start cutting them into small pieces, okay? If you have a little flour, dust, and what you want to do is roll each one into a circle. And you can also squeeze the edges thin. And the size of the wrapper should be about your palm size, should be kind of like draped through it. Now we're gonna get our meat that has been marinating for about 20 minutes. And now I'm gonna check on the freezer for our soup. Hopefully it has been settled and we can take it out and use it. So this soup has definitely hardened, and we're just going to break it up into smaller chunks, into about half a teaspoon size chunks. Set it aside. You don't want to add too much filling at a time. This is about a teaspoon worth of filling. I want to make a little divot here to add in my soup, okay? Once the soup has rested on the top is where you want to pay even more attention. So you don't want to overstuff the soup dumplings or else it's just going to burst open. You want to make sure that you can actually cover the whole filling with one of the flaps, okay? You want to take a hold of one side and then use the other side to bring the pleat into the middle and squeeze. So now there's a second plate, and turning the dumpling as I do it. So the more practice you get, the better you do. And at the end, you might end up with like a little hole like this. You can either keep the hole open or you can pinch it closed. And ta-da, there is your first red soup dumpling. Look cute, look cute. And we're gonna put that gently on our steamer basket. And I can hear the water boiling in the back. And make sure that you put it on when the water is boiling. And you want to wait about 9 minutes. Woo, check that out. None of these popped. Thanks for joining me, guys. This is a Pride special dumpling with multicolored soup dumplings. Make sure you share these with your loved ones. Love always trumps hate, so no matter what your friends love or what they don't love, they're all worthy of love. So here you go, happy Pride!